Oh, look at
What,
that.
Lila?
That is amazing. A chicken. I actually had chickens too, by the way, a pet chicken as a kid. But look at that. What's this? What's the name here?
Shirley, this is Shirley. Hey there, little guy.
Charlotte! I need you to watch Liam.
Why?
Because he's 6 months old and he eats paper.
Every time I try and connect, she takes 2 steps back.
Night, Ethan. You hungry? Cool.
Hey, how's it going, guys? So is it Alyla or Alyla? I want to get this straight before I mess it up later.
Number two, number two. You got it right though. The number two is right. Like no one ever gets it on their first two guesses.
Oh wow, well, I'll take that. Ryan, I got your
Congratulations.
name right, so I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Actually, no, it's Ryan. So,
Oh,
but
it's
that's okay.
okay. Well, in
I'm
that
joking.
case,
I'm joking.
Cooper. Young Cooper.
well, good to see you guys. You guys survived the giant spider, so that's positive right here. All in one piece, so that's an important thing.
I think
Yes.
just right.
That's right. I'm curious though. Did you individually? Oh wait, maybe. Oh, there's a cute
Just my
pup.
cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it looked like a puppy.
There's a puggy looking cat. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so cute.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask. Did you guys at any point have any interesting animal species did you ever own in your life? I admit I had like a pair of turtles and a rabbit at one point, all in one household. Did you guys individually have anything? I'll start out with you, Alyla. Did you ever have an interesting species or animal in your life?
Just wait 1 second. I can go get my
Okay. Well, in that
A
case, I'm
zoo.
Ryan. Did you, by any chance?
Now, I've had lots of interesting. I love animals, and I think it was really, strangely, a real central part of this film. Like creatures and animals and our relationships with them. Be it a spider or a dog or a macaw, as it were. But I had a pet rat when I was younger that I used to take
Really?
to called Milo, and it was actually really intelligent. I'd like walk through primary school, and I could make it like with a certain whistle, it'd go down my shirt and out my sleeve, and then you'd say and come out here and out your other sleeve. It's not we're not talking like a New York sewer rat, which you might have in your mind. It was this gorgeous, it was like a guinea pig.
Wow, but
Who's
still,
rat.
that's
this?
super interesting. Oh, look at
What,
that.
Lila?
That is amazing. A chicken. I actually had chickens too, by the way, a pet chicken as a kid. But look at that. What's this? What's the name here?
Shirley. This is Shirley. She's a
Shirley.
very
Oh,
good.
wow. She's so
And then we
patient. How old is Shirley?
have wait, there's my cat.
Oh, there's a cat.
Anyways,
Yep.
So in answer to
so,
your question, lots.
um so Shirley is I think she's about 3 years, maybe, or 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe more. So I don't really remember when we got her. We have heaps. There's like I think three more out there. They're all like
Really?
long different colors. They're
Uh-huh.
very small birds. So Shirley's probably the most tame of them all. She's being very good right now, just kind of
Yes,
staying
she
there.
is. I'm like, she's well-mannered for sure. Maybe Shirley
Um,
likes being on camera too. Maybe there's a star in the making right there too.
Chicken
there's my
run.
cat around, so I think
Oh
she's a
my,
bit confused. You
that's
can tell her face,
amazing.
so I think she's a tiny bit alerted because of her power sense, but that's okay. She'll be okay because
What's
we
her
know
power?
my just kind of how she's standing. Actually, she's not really doing it right now.
Uh-huh.
That was my cat. She's not really doing it right now, but sometimes they can go quite big and kind of puff up
Mhm.
their wings quite a bit, but that's her wing. Anyways, you have to sometimes cut the wings so then one side's shorter. You can see this one's shorter. Oh, she
Huh.
doesn't want me to show you. See those ones? They're shorter and the other side's long because when they're uneven, they can't fly. And these ones can actually fly quite a bit because they're a little bit more nimble than normal chickens. This is a bantam, modern game bantam. I will stop taking up all of the interview and I will
No,
return
that
her
is
to
I,
fascinating.
I could watch this for another half an hour. But think
Yeah.
something else about what's next.
Ryan, you didn't
Um,
even know that. You guys were on set this whole time. It seems like you didn't even
I,
know
I
there's
knew, I knew, I knew she was on a farm and she had chickens and things like that, but I didn't know when you asked that question, she could go, here's one I presented earlier, you know? And I know she said in earlier interviews, she wants a pet spider and she's going swimming with sharks in a week or something. So I'm now starting to question what else you've got behind that banister there.
everything. Everything and anything. That's amazing. Wow, what a cool entry to the interview. Ryan, why I have you here? You played a father well. I don't know if you're a dad yourself or have some friends that you got some advice for, but you really tapped into this, kind of new dad learning on the fly and trying to connect sort of thing really well.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I have a fur daughter, a Labrador. Look, I think initially Kia really spoke to me at the beginning of this film about, the best horror films stem from somewhere real, and both his fear of spiders, which is very present in the film, but also he spoke with me a lot about his fear of being a parent and also a step parent, and where those boundaries are and how to know when you're up, when there's different sort of territory to navigate. And that was really interesting to me because I've grown up myself with two wonderfully supportive, not evil, fantastic step parents. And I've sort of had the wonderful collision of four parents really therefore in my life. And I really like the idea of exploring that dynamic and how much, knowing how much they've added and meant to my life, and what that love meant. And I think that through the horror and through the comedy and through the creature feature elements of the film, there is that real connection between, or at least Ethan's attempted connection with Charlotte, that sometimes works. And I think when we meet them is going slightly awry. And I think it's interesting that at the same time, that's when the darkness, that's when the creature's starting to grow as his fears and the relationship fracturing.
Alyla, what's Ryan like? What did you learn about Ryan working with him on set and stuff? It seems like you guys had great connection, and I noticed like it was like a father-daughter bond too. Little rocky, but find its way too. Tell me your favorite thing about Ryan that you discovered throughout this process.
We always were making jokes on set. I feel like we were the jokesters, like saying silly stuff. And I think that we were even in the process of like making a secret handshake. Do you remember that, Ryan?
Yeah, of
On one
course. The most complicated secret handshake in the world.
Right. And then I remember I stole your phone, I think, and I wanted to add this little widget thing because he had an iPhone that had like the dynamic bar. So I wanted to add this little animal that was jumping on top of the bar, so he even paid for it, and it was like $15.
things that a stepdaughter would do. But you're right.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Ryan. What about Alyla that stood out to you that you'll keep on remembering no matter what?
Like from the very get-go, her immeasurable maturity. Like from when we were there speaking about, we had a huge amount of fun, but when we were there at the first read-through and during rehearsals, it was like speaking to someone 20 years older who had been in this industry for this long. The way she spoke about her character and the way she'd analyzed the arc and the way she talked through scenes and what she needed, and then getting to witness that on set was a sight to behold. And having been a young actor myself, I was just kind of amazed with the level of work that was happening in front of me. But also, like Lyle said, like it's developing trust. That's the best performances are about when you trust each other and you both dare to sort of meet somewhere in the middle. And we're navigating a relationship that's quite complicated. And so, meeting Lyles as a person, working out what made her laugh, or when, or coming back to like 4 weird selfies on my phone and a widget, I think was an absolute highlight. And I think in films, sometimes where we're exploring darker elements and where it can get taxing, both physically and emotionally, and, screaming all day and screaming for your life, I think having that balance and being able to keep each other light and on each other's toes and buoyant and remember that we're having fun is really important as well.
That's so well said. What was I'm curious, the spider, and always the CGI, sometimes it's a stick or it's a thing, a teddy bear. What was the giant spider that you guys were looking at the whole time? I was curious about what the visual was on set.
It was a puppet, actually. It was
Ah,
great. A puppet made by Weta, which is incredible. Weta's so talented, and they even worked on Avatar, Where the Water, which is very cool. It's
uh-huh.
pretty cool. Anyways, so I think that having the puppet on set, it really helps because you could react to the puppet. You could have it there and you could study it and analyze it. And I think it was a really great thing for Kia to do, to have it for us. And it really helped, and even have it for the crew so they knew where it was going to be. And sure, there was difficulties because of like the puppeteers had to be there, each operating two legs, and like having this spider look like it was a real spider, which is incredible. Like they did that. Um, but it really paid off. And not having to do all of the CGI in post, I think that was also good. And having it there for us, it was all very good for us to play fear to a real creature who looked like the creature would be in person. I mean, it looked like there was a real spider in the room. So
That's cool. That makes it a lot more intense and real in that case, instead of like imagine something, a blank space, it'd be something. That's cool that they did that. As I
Really
wrap up
good as
with you
well.
guys, I have a spider problem, I think, always in a shower, at least maybe once or every other week. I don't know if there's a nest somewhere. I see a spider in my shower. What is the proper way to dispose of it? I tend to literally
not
take it in my hand and release it outside of the shower so it doesn't like the water doesn't knock it down or doesn't go down the drain. I always make sure to release it outside of the shower, so they can find its way later on. What's the proper way of disposing a spider?
okay.
Where do
So
you
spiders, they're terrified of us. They might as well be little cute flies that didn't do anything wrong. Don't kill them. You've already checked that box. There's no
Yes.
point killing it. Anyways, never kill a spider. That's inhumane, sad. Um, I would personally get a Tupperware container or a glass, depending on how big the spider is, and place it on top of the spider. You need to make sure that there is no possibility that the Tupperware might like crush the legs of the spider.
Mm.
So you grab the Tupperware and you like gently put it on top of the spider, and then you like very slowly shuffle a piece of paper underneath the glass or the plastic Tupperware, and then you just lift that up, slide it off. Sometimes it's hard to lift the paper off of the wall or the table, but anyways, you can figure it
Mhm.
out. And the worst case scenario gets out, and if you freak out, that's when it might jump or scare you more. So just if it gets out, just gently place it down and then take it outside and leave the Tupperware out so it can cool out, and that's all.
There you go. That is a proper way, right, Ryan? I mean, that's can't top
100%.
that.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen a parent or two of mine do that or try and do it myself in the shower. I was going to ask, where do you live that you're getting that many spiders in the shower?
I know. I'm in,
Yeah.
I'm in Chicago, which is kind of
Well,
cold being this
what
time of
sort of
year.
Chicago spiders are there? Well, like, because we're dealing when we say put Tupperware over it, like you might have something in your head. We're talking like huntsman's the size of your hand that
Oh no,
Alyla's
no, they're
going.
tiny. They're like a fly almost. So they're very small spiders always. So when I see the water like the shower water, they're like running way to the top. I'm like, "Oh, hold on, I'll get you out."
Don't worry there, fella.
They're like this big. So they're
Oh,
small spiders usually.
that's
I
so
think the
sweet.
irony is, I think
Yeah.
the irony is daddy longlegs are the most poisonous. I'm not even sure if they're spiders, but daddy longlegs, those little ones that are innocent that are usually in your shower making cobwebs, are the most poisonous. They have such small fangs they can't bite you.
Yeah,
So I think, yeah.
I have a couple in my room right now.
There
But
you
yeah,
go.
the fangs are way too small to like put inside your skin, but still, they're venomous, but they're very cute anyways.
And
They
they're good for
shake.
the environment too.
Yeah, I mean they're like a natural pesticide almost. They kill the flies in your room. Not saying that I promote fly killing, but still.
They're
Well,
vital to the ecosystem.
You know a lot about spiders, so I am not surprised you were the lead in this film, and Ryan was there for the ride too. So it's been a pleasure talking to both of you. Fun film. It gave me like a very 80s horror vibe to it, but then a nice story to it too, of a family. You guys did an excellent job, and Alyla, you're finally not playing the younger version of someone. You finally got the spotlight shined on you, rightfully so. So
You got
congratulations
it.
on that, and keep on spreading the knowledge on animals. You're great at it.
Thank you so much.
This was
Thanks so
great,
much.
guys. Hope to catch up again.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank
you
you,
for not
everyone.
coming. You're the
All right,
best.
Bye-bye.
That's your spider!